Hello everyone, so the TISS final result has come, and this year we have some 85 plus students who are selected in the very first list. Last year the number was 62, this year it has increased to 85, and by the time the final list will come, I hope it will reach 100. So we are going to discuss the student who made it to this list. So first one is Sobna. Sobna is from Katni, Madhya Pradesh. Initially she was underconfident because of her mathematics, but later she worked very hard on that, and she was also a very good speaker, regular speaker at Clubhouse. After qualifying the TISS round, where she scored very high marks, that is 73 around, she was able to qualify the next round also, that is the final selection round also. Now we have Harshana Subramani. Harshana Subramani happens to be from Tamil Nadu. She also enrolled to my TISS as well as my next OPI course, and she was also great, and she became nervous during the interview. After the interview she was not very confident, but eventually she made it. Then we have Namrata Singh. Namrata Singh is an IITian, and I was quite sure that she will make it because she's a very sweet speaker. And then we have Spurti. Spurti is from NIT Nagpur. Okay, so Spurti also came to me. I told her what to focus, what to not, and eventually she also made it. She got very high marks in the interview. Now come to Madhura. Madhura is also from Nagpur, and she's a final year student. She was, my student for TISS also and UPSC also. So I was helping her practice this answer writing thing. Eventually she qualified TISS, where she scored 77, which was one of the highest marks, and then eventually she qualified the interview round also. Then come to Sejal Gupta. Sejal Gupta is a classical singer, and she has been also selected for IIMs. Okay, so she is very talented. She made it to TISS HRM as well as IIM Kozhikode. Then we have Prasad Parsodkar. He was also a UPSC aspirant, and I helped him justify his stance, why he's changing his direction and field. Now come to Arjun. Arjun came to me last year only, and last year he missed the final HR selection by a whisker, but this year he has made it. And then we have Phanikeshwar Reddy. Phanikeshwar Reddy also came to me last year only. Last year he also missed, but this year he has qualified. He is from Andhra Pradesh. And then we have Ashish Singh. Ashish Singh made it to a reputed course at TISS, but he thought I will go for HR, and eventually he went for HR and he made it. And come to Siddharth Bhardwaj. Siddharth Bhardwaj basically was in the waiting list for the last 2 years, and this year he qualified. Okay, so we can see there are stories of perseverance, that you will have to keep believing in yourself. Only when you will believe in yourself, you are going to crack any examination, number one. Number two, you will have to keep trying also, because you have many examples out here who have tried and then they have succeeded. Then we have this ODCL student. There we have 10 students. In HR we have 11 students. First one is Megha Rajni. Megha Rajni basically belongs to West Bengal. She was educated at Odisha and was working in Maharashtra with the Tatas, okay, in Tata Motors. And now she is in Tata Institute of Social Sciences. And then Gayatri. Gayatri happens to be from Pondicherry, and she was also UPSC aspirant, and luckily she has made it this year. Last year she was in the waiting list. Then Vidushi Razdan, she also could not make it last year. Last year she also gave the interview. This year she has made it. Suraj also gave interview last year. So we are seeing these stories of perseverance, that not giving up and trying again and again till you succeed. Then Sai Vamsi. Sai Vamsi is from Mumbai, and he came to me. He was in fact the first one to be interviewed for ODCL, and he also made it. Then Ashwin, again, Ashwin could not make it last year. He is from Tamil Nadu, and this year he has made it. Rohan is from Maharashtra, and he is MSD fan, so he actually made it this year. Then Sunil. Sunil is a very good speaker, and when he used to speak at the Clubhouse, then we used to listen. He is from Andhra, and he has also made it. Then Prasad. Prasad enrolled to my course for TISS, and he eventually made it. And David is from Arunachal Pradesh, and at his place there was no internet, so he has to walk some kilometers to attend the classes I used to take at 9 p.m. every day. He shared his story, and after TISSNet he was not very confident, but later when the result came he made it to TISSNet thing, and later he made it to final selection list also. Now we'll discuss the health courses. Now in the health courses, the flagship course at TISS is hospital administration. So first is Mayuri. Mayuri is a very good artist and she is from Wardha, Maharashtra. And then Ankita Achekar, she could not make it last year, but this year she has made it. She is also from Maharashtra. Salini Yadav is was a student of Gargi College, Delhi. She also made it to MHA. Then Akriti Namdev was very serious student. She used to, regularly participate in the extempore thing and at clubhouse also, and she eventually made it. Then Krishnendu happens to be, Krishnendu, she was also a UPSC aspirant. Now she is in the MHA course. Now Akshay Kumar, he is from Jharkhand. He missed the list last year, but this year he has made it. Then Adarsh Jha. Adarsh Jha is from Delhi, and he's a student of geology and he has made it. Then Pranay is associated with me since last year, and this year he qualified the examination in MHA. And Nitish Kumar is from Bihar, and he used to speak on topics of MHA regularly on Clubhouse, on personal one-to-one interaction also, and there he improved upon his speaking and his confidence, and eventually he has made it. Then Aju Michael is one of the smartest I have seen. He is from Kerala and he also made it to the list. Now we have TISS MPH Health Administration. So this is also a flagship course at TISS. Here I have 6 + 6 + 1, that is 13 students. The first one is Anjali Ashok. Anjali Ashok is from Kerala. She is one of the finest students of mine and most regular and most consistent. And then we have Shraddha Gadling. So she is also from Maharashtra and she is also a very serious student. Nandini Shahu. She came to me last year only and she could not qualify the interview last year, but this year she has qualified. Anupriya Dubey, again, Anupriya Dubey came to me very early and she also enrolled in my TISSNet as well as all the courses, and she also qualified. Then Daya Pai. Daya Pai is one of the most talented students I had. She is also from Maharashtra, Konkan region, and she also made it. Then we have Payal Devani. Payal Devani also missed last year. I think she was waitlisted 1 in MHA, but this year she has made it. Then we have Rasika Tadas. Rasika Tadas is from Wardha. She also was a serious student and a regular speaker at the clubhouse. Then we have Jyoti Smita. Jyoti Smita is also associated with me since last year. Then Satyaki Giri is from West Bengal. He is from Ramakrishna Mission and he has made it. And then we have Sukant Suresh. Sukant Suresh happens to be from Kerala. He was also preparing for UPSC. And then we have Akshay Raut. Akshay Raut was also UPSC aspirant and he was actually my student. So he eventually has qualified for MPH Health Administration. And then we have Rupesh. Rupesh also came to me very early through a common friend and eventually he made it to MPH. Okay. Then we have 2 other courses, that is TISS MPH HPEF and TISS MPH Social Epidemiology. In Social Epidemiology, we have 3 students. They are Priyanka, Shivani Sinha, and then Anhaga Unikrishnan. Priyanka is from Maharashtra, Shivani Sinha is from Jharkhand, Anhaga Unikrishnan is from Kerala. And then Meenal Mankar, he is the 13th student of MPH HA. So he is also from Maharashtra. Then Simran Ahuja, she used to help me during my, in my course, in my work. So, she is very dear to me. And Simran Ahuja, she also tried for some years and then eventually she made it. Amiti Gumbar, she also came to me very early and she also made it. She is from Punjab. And then Saket Survi. Saket Survi is basically from Jharkhand. Then Akash was my student during TISSNet and he was a serious student. He also made it to the final selection list. And then other courses. The first course is, of course, School of Education. The first one, that is Pradarshini Ramakrishnan, is from Tamil Nadu, and she is someone who has a degree from Australia. So after living in Australia, she has moved back to India, and now she is trying to have a degree here and settle here. And then Garima Rai is a dentist herself, but she is more interested in education. She lives in Mumbai. And Abhijit is one of my first student, and actually his sister, she is also at TISS. She got selected last year only, and she was also my student. And then Ritika Gupta is from Jharkhand. She also made it to School of Education, MAd B.Ed program, or the three, and Priya Ram made it to elementary education. Then we have Raghunandan. Raghunandan is associated with me. He is from Darbhanga, Bihar, and associated with me since a year, and he has qualified for public policy and governance. Then Manisha, she was quite busy with her work, so she had hardly some time, but still she managed to qualify public policy and governance. Then Anand Pratap, he also used to come to Clubhouse and participate there. He is my student from TISS days only, and he also qualified for public policy and governance. Then we have Anshuman Tripathi. He, as the image, you can see the image is also beside water body, and he has qualified for water policy and governance, TISS Mumbai. And then Muskan Semiwal is from Uttarakhand. She has qualified for data analytics. And Lochna is very talented, and she qualified for data analytics. Again, he is from Tamil Nadu or Karnataka, I'm confused. And Anandu Mohan is from Kerala, and he has qualified for social entrepreneurship. And then Ravleen Kaur is from Jammu, okay, and she has qualified for labor studies. And Lalit Parihar is from Maharashtra. He has qualified for labor studies again. And Thomas Alex is from Kerala. He has qualified for MSW in mental health. He was also one of the consistent students from the TISS days one day. And then Smriti Kushwaha came to me during the interviews, and she has qualified for MSW in public health. Then Divyansu Gaur did one-to-one extempore sessions and also interview sessions with me, and he eventually qualified for CODP. And then Uttam came to me last year only, and last year he was not very confident, he was very shy. But this year, down the line, he developed confidence and then applied for TISS, qualified TISS, and he has also qualified other examinations, APU, etc. He is from Jharkhand. Then we have Oishi Haldar. Oishi Haldar has made it to development studies. She is one of the finest student I have, and she is also a very good artist. She sketches very well, and she has qualified for development studies and also few other courses she has qualified elsewhere. And then Rohan Satpathy basically is also from West Bengal, and he has qualified for development studies. Then Dharini Mishra, she has also qualified for development studies. Then Arshia Ambareen is also from West Bengal. She has qualified for urban policy and governance. Now come to Ketan Rathod. He has qualified for media and culture studies because he has experience of working in soap opera, etc. Now we have Snigdha De is from Assam, and she has qualified for ecology and environment. And initially she was not very confident about her studies, but eventually what happened, she gained confidence and she qualified for all the three courses in TISS. And lastly, she qualified for ecology and environment in the final selection round. Then Shreya Bhattacharya, she again was my old student, and she is brilliant. I took her interview and I was so glad. I was so sure that she will get selected, and she got selected. Tanmay Datta is also from West Bengal, and he has made it to development policies. Then Shivani Sirohi is also a very good student. She also has made it to development policy. Then Atako is from Manipur, and he has made it to rural development. Okay, and then we have Anmol Somani. Anmol Somani again came to me last year only, but last year she could not qualify. This year She has made it to MSW Children and Family. Divya Khanna is very serious, very good and very consistent student, and she has made it to MA Women's Study. And then Rennie George, she has made it to Women Centered Practice, and she is also South Indian living in North India. Okay, and then come to Adya Mishra. Adya Mishra again came to me last year, and I told her that I will transform you and you will qualify the examination, and that happened. So she is one of the dearest to me, and Adya Mishra has qualified for CODP course. And Kirthana, again, Kirthana is from Tamil Nadu. She has qualified for CODP. She is from Coimbatore. And then Akshaya has qualified for disability studies. She is also from the southern state, and she has qualified for disability studies. So these are the 85 students who have qualified in the first round. In the next round, more people are going to be added because many are at waiting list 1, waiting list 2, etc. So I hope that they qualify. If you want to enroll to our courses for TISS, then you can WhatsApp at 7764869624. So thank you. Thanks for watching.